Half of America is saying this. Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg, Biden makes waves against China. Have you ever thought of how billionaires deal with disputes? I'm not sure if this is 100% happening, but it looks like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are going to have a cage fight. That's right, guys. I said what I said. Who do you think would win between these two? Comment down below Musk or Zuck to answer that in the comment section down below. Now, on to more serious things. China is not happy with us once again, as just one day after U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken met with their president Xi Jinping, a U.S. Coast Guard ship sailed through the Taiwan Strait. Not a good look. Now, you know what else doesn't help our relationship with them? President Biden just called Xi a dictator. So they just want a war at this point, huh? Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says that this is a bad idea and that we should instead maintain a good relationship with China. Do you agree with her? A new poll has come out that says that half of Americans think that Hunter Biden, the president's son, is receiving special treatment for prosecutors who made a deal to have him plead guilty but avoid jail time. Do any of you guys think that this is the case? And a new bill may be preparing for another health crisis, as they say that the president will need even more power if another one comes along. Do you agree that the government and our leaders need even more power compared to what they already had during the last pandemic? No time let the present, guys. Let's get right into the stories. So the United States and China, they're kind of in like a complicated situation right now. Now, on the one end, we need each other when it comes to supplies and the economy. And on the other end, well, we have our president calling their leader a dictator. And here I thought that things were about to get better between us and China. Now, the comment was said off camera where the president also said that China was going through some real economic difficulties. Much like what we're going through, huh? Anyway, so China's foreign ministry spokesperson Mao Ning was quick to condemn Biden's words and say call them as extremely absurd and irresponsible.
Just hours after Joe Biden's top diplomats seemed to bring the US and China closer together, an offhand comment by the American president has put new strain on the superpower relationship. China's foreign ministry is furious, saying that comparing Mr. Xi to a dictator is absurd and irresponsible.
美方有关言论极其荒谬。
The remarks seriously contradict basic facts, seriously violate diplomatic etiquette, and seriously infringe on China's political dignity, which is an open political provocation.
So here's what the president said so that you guys can judge it for yourselves. Quote, the reason why Xi Jinping got very upset in terms of when I shot the balloon down with 2 boxcars full of spy equipment is he didn't know it was there. No, I'm serious. That was the greatest embarrassment for dictators when they didn't even know what happened. End quote. He also says that he's not worried about China since they have their own economic problems. So it seems like the entire trip of Secretary of State Anthony Blinken over there was for nothing, even though the president himself was saying that this would thaw their relationship. Now, to be honest, even without the president's comments, I don't think much progress has really been made just, after a day of Anthony Blinken visiting Beijing. But just a day after that visit, a U.S. Coast Guard ship conducted what they call a routine Taiwan Strait transit. Now, obviously, this hasn't made China very happy. And I would love to hear what you guys think about this logic behind all of these actions from our current administration. Seems a little bit contradictory. Now, on the other hand, here's what Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen had to say about the president's words on Xi.
With respect to the comments, I think President Biden and I both believe it's critical to maintain communication, to manage the U.S.-China relationship, to clear up misperceptions, miscalculations. We need to work together where possible, but we have disagreements, and we are also forthright in recognizing where we do have disagreements.
What do you guys make of all this? And do you agree that China's economy is struggling right now? Some critics of the Biden administration say that the president shouldn't be looking at another country's economy and instead focus on our own. Or maybe he could focus on what's happening with the first son, as Hunter Biden took a deal to plead guilty to tax charges.
Federal prosecutors agreed today to a plea deal with Hunter Biden, who will plead guilty to 2 tax charges. He also faces a gun charge. The deal allows the president's son to avoid prison time, with many Republicans blasting it as a slap on the wrist.
President's son Hunter Biden has reached a plea deal with federal prosecutors to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax charges and likely avoid prison time. Prosecutors say Biden did not pay more than $100,000 in taxes on over $1.5 million in income in both 2017 and 2018. And 2 sources tell NBC News the prosecutor will recommend probation, while also agreeing not to prosecute Hunter Biden for illegally possessing a firearm, even though Biden knew he was barred from doing so because he was using drugs. Top Republicans argue it's evidence of a double standard.
It continues to show the two-tier system in America. If you are the president's leading political opponent, the DOJ tries to literally put you in jail and give you prison time. If you are the president's son, you get a sweetheart deal.
A new poll released recently shows that half of the United States believe that he's receiving preferential treatment given that the plea deal would avoid a gun-related conviction. That, and of course, he's not expected to do a second in the jail. Now, I wanted to ask you guys this because this is one of the sharpest communities out here on YouTube. Do you guys think that there's any kind of bias happening with our justice system? Or are we judging the situation from an outside perspective, meaning that we really don't have a say as to what's really happening? And in some of the weirdest things that I've heard in a while, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, of all people, they might face off in a cage fight. Now, I did not stutter. This might actually happen, guys. Now, it started with Elon Musk responding to a tweet about a possible Twitter rival from Meta called Threads, in which the Tesla CEO says that the Earth can't wait to be exclusively under Zuck's thumb with no other options, end quote. A tweet that had someone warn him as Zuckerberg was known to be taking on jujitsu, to which he replied, quote, "I'm up for a cage match if he is, laugh out loud," end quote. Now I had to look this up because this was hilarious. Zuckerberg, through his Instagram account, really posted a story. You see that huge send me location note there? That's Zuckerberg. I mean, I would love to see these two fight, although, you know, it could be that billionaire humor, you know? Did you guys pick which one of the two that you think would actually win in a possible fight? And lastly, let's talk about the possibility of yet another pandemic. I know, I don't like it either, but a new bill has been proposed that's already preparing new powers for President Biden, given that he's the sitting president if this happens. Now, if you guys remember the health crisis, it caused a huge panic when it came to masks, respirators, all sorts of new regulations, and other gear to fight the virus. So this bipartisan effort, it looks to boost our medical supply chain and also our country's reliance on less friendly nations, cough, cough, China. Yeah, sorry guys, just need a little bit of water here. Now, this bill will give President Joe Biden new authority to enter into trade agreements and reduce tariffs and non-tariff barriers like quotas for medical goods with America's trusted trade partners. Now, do you guys think that we should expect another health crisis, or are they simply just preparing for something that may happen, not something that's sure to happen? But let me know what you guys think down below. Another crisis would be very, very bad for our finances because, I mean, it's not like we're not having a tough enough time right now with our car payments, food prices, gas prices, credit card bills, rent, HOA fees, property taxes increasing. Pretty much everything that involves money is now more. But here's the thing, guys. If you're willing to learn new things, methods that could help you back to financial freedom, then stick around for a hot minute. Now, drop me some comments down below if you guys like to learn more about generating multiple streams of income through side hustles, creating home-based businesses, small businesses, or perhaps if you'd like to learn more about investments, whether in the real estate market, gold, investing in silver, perhaps the stock market, investing in stocks, ETFs, or index funds, just let me know down in the comment section down below. I can drop some content for you guys for those who are interested in learning. Well, before I go, guys, please do me a huge favor, drop a big like for the video. Also share this video with everyone you know. Don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of the truth. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one.